What's up, people? Mount Vernon Kid here, coming to you again. How's everybody doing out there? Hope everybody's well on their end. And as I said before, if you enjoyed episode 10 of my comic review, that was for last week's book. This this episode is more about this week's book, and I told you I'd get it out later today. So I have 7 books for you guys uh, that I took out today. Short list this week. So let's get right to it, shall we? So we're gonna start off with DC this time. Okay. Batman Beyond, number 8, Adam Beechin. This is the story of Ink. As you all know, Ink is one of my favorite villains of the Batman Beyond universe. This is her origin. This is where she comes from. It has everything. It is pretty much all this felt like to me, guys, was a lost episode. And that's saying something good for Adam Beechin, because that's how he's writing. He's written a lot of the issues. Is like these are just lost episodes of Batman Beyond. We get to know a little bit more about Ink. What makes her tick? Why she does the things she does. We figure out that she's not from America. She's an immigrant. She pretty much came to Gotham City, in America, illegally. We see what happens to her, how she gained her powers, and what she's fighting for, and why she does the things she does. All that good stuff in there. Not too much of Terry, just all about Ink. And I have to say, Adam Beechin did a good job on a story all about Ink. Very good. All right. We move on to the first of the final issue of the Flashpoint tie-ins. And the first one to come out this week was Flashpoint, Batman, Dark Night of Vengeance. Excuse me, Dark Knight. This is issue number 3 of 3. Nice cover, right? Kind of sad, don't you think? But let's get to it. For all those people who've read this and seen that shocking ending to issue number 2, who we find out who the Flashpoint universe Joker is, that blew our mind away. So I'm gonna spoil that for everybody. Yes, Martha Wayne is the Joker of the Flashpoint universe. We kind of should have figured that out in a little bit. But this is more about what happened to her, why she did the things she did, how she became the Joker, and things like that. It's kind of creepy in a way, and I don't want to spoil too much for you guys, but let's just say what Martha does to herself in this book is crazy. It was like, damn, Martha. What I will give you a little clue of what Thomas Wayne did to a certain character that has the initials JC uh, in this book. But yeah, it was kind of it really got to me seeing the last moments of Bruce's life. It really did. Uh, I can only imagine what they were going through, seeing their little boy dying like that. But it was really good. It was very, very good. Uh, all around, this tie-in was very good. I really enjoyed it. But the ending came at a price. A very, very price. That's all I'm going to say. But it was good, guys, nonetheless. Alright, let's move on. There is no justice between enemies. Issue number 4 of Flashpoint. Badass cover right here. I come to the conclusion, guys, that this is the event of the summer. Okay? Somebody once asked me on Facebook, what do you think of Flashpoint? And I told them, it's way better than Fear itself. Absolutely. One more issue down, and we're getting the conclusion of this. So, what happens in this book that is so shocking? Well, pretty much the team is getting together. Okay? The team is getting together to go and try to talk some sense into these two. Because they need to find Reverse Flash. Flash, Barry, more of his memories are basically being erased that he can't remember. And it's draining him. So what do? They go to see the kids of who become Captain Thunder, not Captain Marvel. He's called Captain Thunder in this universe. Billy Batson, Mary, and all of them. It was interesting. It was very interesting. We also get to see a woman called Element Woman, who is not metamorpho. And Thomas Wayne thinks she's crazy. Like she belongs in Arkham Asylum. But it was just a really good book. And them Kubert boys, man, they know how to draw. And it was just fantastic to look at the images of Kubert's artwork. But once again, like I say, that John's boy knows how to write too. And I don't say that much often. But I'm just messing. But it's the ending of this issue that is the shocker. And I'm not spoiling that for you guys. What I will say is that I come to also the conclusion that we need the old Wonder Woman back, because this Wonder Woman in this universe is one fucked up bitch. I'll tell you that straight up. And I'm sorry to curse like that, but yeah, she truly is one twisted sister, because what she does in this book wasn't called for. It was not called for. And I'll leave it at that. But it was still good. Alright. Let's move on to the last DC book I picked up. And it is none other than Secret Six, number 36. The final issue of Miss Gail Simone's beautiful, delightful, fantastic writing on this book. The team is setting a plan in motion thanks to Bane. And for all those that didn't read issue number 37, it's like this. Bane wants to hurt Bruce, the Bat. But hurt him to the point where not just to hurt him physically, but mentally. So what does he do? He sets the Six to take out all the people Bruce cares about. Dick, Tim, everybody you can think of that holds dear to Bruce. And it looks like the plan is going to go ahead of plan. Everything's going to go fruition until shit hits the fan. And do I mean the shit hits the fan? Because the Secret Six is outnumbered by, I'll say, 100 to 1. But the one thing, great dialogue in this book. I must say that without a doubt. It is so sad to see this book ending. Because, like I said before, Gail Simone does a great job on this book. And it's proven once again in this issue that just because Miss Simone is a female writer, that a female writer can't write good for male characters. And that's exactly what she does in this book. Write explicit for all 6 of the characters. And they go out in a blaze of glory, so to speak. But I'm not going to spoil too much for you. As always, guys, don't try to spoil too much. I just urge you to pick up the book if you want to. But Miss Simone, you did a great job, my lady. It's very sad to see this book ending, most definitely, and not be rebooted with the relaunch. Very sad. But you knocked us out with this book. You knocked us out. All right. So that's all the DC books I have. We're going to move on to the land of Marvel. And only have 3 this week. So let's start off with Herc, number 6. Greg Pak, Fred Van Lint, the writing duo, once again, does a great job with Herc. Herc is fighting his nephew, Krynos. He is the son of Ares, and I hope I'm saying his name right. Krynos wants to resurrect his father, Ares, back to life, and he needs sacrifices. And fear has pretty much overwhelmed the city of Brooklyn, New York. And it's up to Hercules, along with Manbull and Griffin and people like that, to stop Krynos. And Hercules does a good job, along with his villain companions, in doing so. A very decent job on this. I believe this is the last issue tied into Fear itself, but it was a very good issue. Once again, like I said, Fred Van Link and Greg Pak really know how to write Hercules. They really know how to write Hercules. Hercules, I love Hercules, not just comics, but mythology. You know me, guys. I'm a big Greek mythology buff, and they do a good job on this book, nonetheless. All right, move on to issue number 4 of Moon Knight. Bendis and Malik. All right. Now, I know a lot of people have a little bit complaints about Bendis taking over Moon Knight, making him way too crazy. I do too. But so far, so good. It's getting better. You're starting to see a bit of a good chemistry between Moon Knight, Mark Spector, and Echo, who we haven't seen in a while. And I give Bendis praise for bringing Echo back into the fold, because we haven't seen Echo since New Avengers, before the Secret Invasion. She's been out in LA all this time, undercover. And we see a good chemistry. Echo even calls the Avengers and asks them, what's the deal with Moon Knight? How crazy is this guy, you know? And at first, nobody knows who she is, because they can't remember. They don't even remember. And that's kind of sad, too. I don't like that. But Spider-Man says, hey, Echo, man, I haven't seen her in a while, you know, things like that. But we get to see Echo and Moon Knight kick some ass in this book when they go up against the Night Shift. The Night Shift works for this elusive kingpin of LA. And that's pretty much all this was about, but it was really good. It was good. The dialogue in this between Echo and Mark Spector is really funny. It's really good. You can see some kind of chemistry happening between them, but nonetheless, really good. Alright, and the last book from Marvel I picked up is none other than Punisher number 1. Greg Rucka's take on Frank Castle. The last book of the Marvel Big Shots. Must say, very good. This felt like a very good crime drama with the Punisher involved in it. Greg Rucka does a great job on this book. Very good job. Frank came off just as good as I wanted him to come off. I was not disappointed in this book at all. You just see Frank cut loose and put fear in the hearts of the bad guys. That's all I'm going to say. Good stuff. That's all I need to say, people. But that's all I have for this week, guys. I will be back next week You know me. As always, this is Mount Vernon Kid saying peace, one love, stay tuned, keep it real. I'll see you later.